So what are the properties this will have? D block elements are like they are the high tensile strength, very strong there. Okay, tensile means you cannot very strong. Usually metals are very strong, right? It's not like a others ones, gaseous liquids. It's not like that. High tensile strength they are having, very strong metallic bonds they are having, and high ductility. Ductility means which you can make it as a wires. High malleability. What is malleability means? Which you can make it as a thin sheets, and high thermal and electrical conductivity. So they shows the good thermal means conductivity. If you hold the iron rod, if you heat that one, after some time you will feel the heat at your hand also, means those are the very good conductors. That is the reason the vessels whatever use at the home, those are the metals or related only, aluminum metals related vessels, chromium metal vessels, that type of they use. Why? Because quickly their temperature can be transferred. And electrical conductivity, that is the reason copper is used for the electrical conductivity purpose, right? Then metallic lustre, they will have shining purpose. So like you can see silver, gold, all these are having the shining nature. And very hard, those are, as I have said, very strong and very low volatility. Low volatility means that you cannot make it as a liquid. High volatility means that can easily convert into the one state to the another state. For example, solid you have taken, that can easily convert into the liquid, liquid to the gas. If solid is there, to make it as a liquid, that's not so simple. But these are the exceptional case: zinc, cadmium, H, mercury, these groups. Because why these are the exceptional case, Aishwarya? Why?
So because they are having fully filled electrons.
Fully filled electrons, and these are not exactly the transition elements. These are not considered as a transition elements. Okay, that is the reason, that is the property. Though those doesn't have good high melting points, high boiling points. Even mercury itself is a liquid. There is one liquid or one metal which is existing in liquid state. Which one? Mercury is the that one metal. Next, as we have discussed, those are having the high melting and high boiling points and high enthalpy of atomization. Those are having the high enthalpy of atomization. What is enthalpy of atomization? Means you require a lot of energy to make it as a atoms. If you take that element, if you want to make it, it requires a lot of energy. So that is the meaning of that one. You can see here titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese. If you see all these elements, which one is having the among this all? If you see all this graph, this is the melting points is given. Which element is having the highest among the 3D, 4D, 5D? Which one is having the highest melting point? Pooja, which one is having highest melting point? Pooja.
So
Hmm? Which one?
HF, so
Highest melting point. Highest means what? इसमें 1 2 3 में 4 में highest कौन सा रहता है पूजा?
4, sir.
हाँ, तो उसी हिसाब से ग्राफ्स को देखो, कौन सा हाईएस्ट दिख रहा है तुम्हें? एचएफ दिख रहा है तुम्हें? सब देखो पूरा, इसमें पूरा आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कंप्लीट डिफरेंट 3D 4D 5D. What do you feel, Aishwarya? Which one highest?
W, sir.
डब्ल्यू मतलब क्या है? डब्ल्यू सर, एम वो बोलने का दिन गया है अभी. डब्ल्यू मीन्स व्हाट इज डब्ल्यू मीन्स पूजा? Hmm? What it is, Vidisha? Which element it is? Rohini. What do you use in bulbs? Aishwarya. Which D block element you? Ah,
Tungsten.
tungsten. Tungsten. Mute yourself. Okay, this W is means what? Tungsten. Tungsten means what? Wolfram. W means what? That is wolfram only. Let I will come to you. W means tungsten, wolfram, which is having the highest melting point in throughout the periodic table. That is the reason we are using it in bulbs. That is the most reason. It is not like that anything you can use it for the bulbs. If you use it copper, what it will happen? That will melt. If you take some other element like sulfur or any other like sodium or what happens, that will be melted. So which one is the highest melting point? Wolfram. But from 3D series, which one is the highest melting point one? Pooja, which one is the highest one from 3D series?
Chromium.
Chromium, very good. So this one is the most highest one. Why it is, Aishwarya? Why it is, Vidisha? So here try to understand.
Halfly filled d orbital.
Very good, excellent. Halfly filled orbital. But manganese का case में भी half filled orbital से d orbital में. Then what is happening? Why it is decreasing? Try to understand here what is happening. Usually what happens if you go down the group, the weight will be increased and the boiling points and melting points will be increased. So that is the reason compared with the 3D, 4D is more, compared with 4D, 5D is more. And if you go across the period, metals, left sides are the metals in periodic table, right side are what? Gaseous, or like fluorine, chlorine. Means if you go across the period, these boiling points and melting points are the decreasing. So the same case, but here what is happening? Titanium and vanadium till chromium it is increasing, then suddenly that is falling down, then it is increasing. It is the abnormality. From iron to the cobalt, once again it is slowly increasing and decreasing. It's not. So here main important thing is why chromium is a more melting point one. Why? Because halfly filled electrons. Half filled. Half filled means what? Electronic configuration. Let's see the electronic configuration of this one. Chromium. What is the electronic configuration of chromium, Aishwarya? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aishwarya, what is the electronic configuration of chromium?
Sir, argon.
3D.
Argon?
4s1.
4s1, very good.
3d5.
3d5, very good. Like this, you have to tell here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, what case with the manganese or anything, manganese or iron or whatever you take? So, compared with all, this one is having the more. So, what is the case of with the manganese? 4s2 and 3d5, right?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 2 electrons are there. In the case of 3D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one is having the more unpaired electrons? Aishwarya, which one is having the more unpaired electrons?
Cr, sir. Chromium.
Chromium is having. So this is the most important thing in the total D block elements. So in the 3D series, okay. So this one is having the same way in the case of if you go to the down, which is the molybdenum. If you go to the 5D series, which is the wolfram. So 4s1, 3d5, 6 unpaired electrons are there. So due to that one, what happens if you take any element, these unpaired electrons they form the metallic bonds with the other atoms. Okay, so they tightly bounded. So if there the bond is strong, the enthalpy of atomization will be more for this one or this one. Vidisha, which one will have more enthalpy of atomization, manganese or chromium?
Chromium, sir.
Very good. To make it as a separate, as a atoms, you required a lot of energy. So the enthalpy atomization is more. That is the reason melting points and boiling points are the more for this one. Hope it is clear. Is it clear, Aishwarya, why it is so? Very, very important
Yes,
for
sir.
the exam. So these anything as I am saying very, very important. If I ask the next time, if you don't answer, I will get angry. Okay. Now we will see some other points. What is happening basically? The high melting points of these metals are due to the involvement of greater number of unpaired electrons. So that is the reason initially I have given you one exercise to find out the unpaired electrons. So this is the most important, unpaired electrons from the n-1d in addition to the ns electrons in the interatomic metallic bonding. So what is happening here? Interatomic metallic bonding is happening in between the atoms. In any row, the melting points of these metals rise to a maximum at D5, except for anomalous values for manganese and technetium. So why it is? And fall regularly as the atomic number. Okay, that will fall down as atomic number is increases. So why manganese will show up? Because that is due to the solid state structures. As like the solid state structure is there, based upon that it is having the structure of manganese are having the BCC structures. Okay, what is BCC stands for, Pooja? BCC, solid state. Okay, that is not very strong structures, so that is the reason that that doesn't have the higher melting points and boiling points, though that is having the D5 configuration. So what it is means that the maximum at about the middle of each series indicates that one unpaired electrons per d orbital is particularly favorable strong interatomic interactions. So that is the reason till D5 it reaches where chromium, molybdenum, tungsten. So till there, so that is getting the highest melting points, interatomic interactions. In general, greater the number of valence electrons, stronger is the result bonding. So more the unpaired electrons, more the bonding is. So that is the meaning of that one. High enthalpy of atomization. So that we have discussed it just now. What is enthalpy of atomization? The energy which is required to remove the electrons, to remove the atoms from the elements, to separate the atoms to each other. So that is the whatever the energy is required, that is called the enthalpy of atomization. Is the amount of enthalpy change when bonds between the atoms, okay, between the atoms. So what is case of the chromium? Their atoms are metallic bonds. They're unpaired. One atom 5 unpaired electrons are having, another atom 5 unpaired electrons are having. Those are forming the good metallic bonds. That's how you require a lot of energy to make it as a broken. Compounds are broken and the components are set free. Component atoms are set free. You can make it as a separate one. You can see here. So this is the energy which is required to make it as the same way. You can see this is the case for the chromium. This is the case for molybdenum. This is for the wolfram. This much energy is required. So which one? More for the around more than 800, the wolfram. So that is the reason this tungsten is using in the bulbs. Now we will go to the next one. Now we will go to the next point. Now we are going to the next topic, which is the magnetism. So what is the magnetism means? What is diamagnetic means? Can anybody tell? What is the meaning of diamagnetic? Diamagnetism, paramagnetism, ferromagnetism, all these things we have studied. So what is the meaning of that one? Can anybody tell? Vidisha, can you tell what is the diamagnetic means? What is the paramagnetic means? Which are called the diamagnet?
Diamagnetic means repelled by the magnets.
Very good.
Paramagnetic means less attracted by the magnetic field.
And ferro means?
Ferro means
It's not less attracted. Paramagnetic means it is not less attracted. It is more attracted. Okay. Ferromagnetic means it is highly more than para. Mixed of elements that is usually have. So who is having this paramagnetic properties? The one who are having the unpaired electrons. Whoever is having unpaired electrons, those are having the magnetic property. That is the reason why iron is easily gets attracted by magnet, right? Why? Because that is having unpaired electrons. That is the reason. Manganese, chromium, whatever it is, all the d block elements are having the unpaired electrons, almost at least one that is having, except zinc and whatever the starting ones. That is the reason all the d block elements shows the paramagnetic. If that is in the ionic form, what happens? There may lose the single electron. There may not be single electron. So in that case, that will shows the diamagnetic character. So you have to be very careful in this one. So let us see. Paramagnetism arises from the presence of unpaired electrons. The magnetic moment is determined by so that's how many number of the electrons, how much strong that is. The magnetic moment is determined by the number of unpaired electrons and is calculated by using the spin only formula. What is that spin only formula that I will explain? So what according to you, which one is having the more magnetic property as a element form? As a element form, among all the elements, which one will have the most powerful magnetic character now? Pooja, what do you think?
Iron.
No iron. What I am saying, the element which one is having the more unpaired electrons, that will have the most magnetic properties. That magnetic property values will be high. So what one it will be, Rohini?
Chromium, sir.
Huh?
Manganese, sir.
Wait. Rohini is saying something. Yes, Rohini, tell me whatever it is. Yes, you are said correct.
Chromium,
Huh?
chromium, sir.
That's not chromium. Chromium. Okay. So that will have. Why that will have, Rohini? Why that will have
Because they
maximum?
have
Huh?
because they have unpaired electrons, sir.
How many?
Two, sir.
Two unpaired electrons. How many unpaired electrons are there in chromium? How many are there, Pooja?
4, sir.
Three, sir. Three.
Chromium, I am not talking about the ion. Pooja, how many are
4.
there in chromium? 4. Write the electronic configuration, Aishwarya. Chromium electronic configuration, you write and tell me how many electrons are there in that electronic configuration. How it can be 4? Which one is having? How many are there in d orbital? So here, Vidisha, how many are there in d orbital in the chromium?
5,
5, sir.
5 and
5 are there. Okay. So in the number of electrons, how many are there? So that much value will be more for that one. So if more number of unpaired electrons are there, more that will be. So in the case of manganese, so here we have to consider only d orbitals electrons. No need to consider the s orbitals. Okay, whenever you take, which one you have to take? You have to consider the how many unpaired electrons are there in the d orbitals. That one only you have to consider. So there is one formula to calculate the spin only formula. So scientists have given one formula, how much the value for that one. What is that formula? Very important for the examination point of view. This one is very important. Mu is equal root n into n plus 2. So this mu is called the magnetic momentum, to call it as a. The scientist who has proposed this Bohr magneton. So that is the reason it is where is the number of unpaired electrons. So what is the number of n? N is called the number of electrons, and mu is the magnetic moment in units of Bohr. So in which units that is called the Bm. B means Bohr magnet. If the value is more, that is having the more magnetic power. Magnetic moment increases with increase in number of electrons. Number of electrons means unpaired electrons, that also. So let us see here. What is that formula we have seen? This formula all of you should remember. What is that formula just now we have seen, Aishwarya? Root mu is equal. This is only the magnetic moment. Mu is equal.
Root n into n plus 2.
Very good. Root n into n plus 2. Whereas this n is called the, what this n is stands for what here?
Magnetic moment.
N. What is the n? We required some number, right? So what is the n stands for?
Number of unpaired electrons, sir.
Very good. N stands for what? Number of unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons. Very important. In examination, they ask every time this question. Okay. Usually they ask in examinations KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7 related reactions. They usually ask, but that is removed from the syllabus. Okay. These are usually 1 or 2 marks they used to ask, but this will be asked this time. So how to calculate that I will explain you for one. So for rest ones you have to do yourself. Okay. So for example, I will take example of chromium. Okay, ion, usually in ions they give Cr3 plus. So Cr3 plus means, what is the electronic configuration of Cr3 plus, Rohini? 4s 4s
0.
3d
3.
3, 5, 4s1.
4s0 3d3. How many unpaired electrons are here, Aishwarya?
3,
1,
sir.
2, 3, 4, 5. So here unpaired electrons are 3. So this is only the value of n. So let's calculate for the value of mu. 3 into 3 plus 2. Is it correct? 3 into 3 plus 2. Aishwarya.
Yes, sir.
So how to calculate this one? 3 into 3 plus means 3 into 3 plus 2. How much it became? 15. 3 into 5 means 15, right? So what is the value for root 15?
5.
Wow, very good. Root 15 value is 5. What you are saying, root 15 value is 5. 5 means 5 into 5 is equal to the 25. Then root 25 का वैल्यू कितने हो गया फिर?
Sir,
कैलकुलेट करो और सब लोग कैलकुलेट करो और मुझे बता दो वैल्यू कितने। रोहिणी बोल रहे 3। ओके, थोड़ा क्लोज है रोहिणी। ओके, 3 किसका रूट है? 3 किसका रूट है? पूजा किसका रूट है?
9.
9। सो रूट 9
3
का
is
वैल्यू।
9, sir.
और नेक्स्ट 3 नहीं है लेकिन क्लोज है। विदिशा, हाउ मच यू आर गेटिंग? विदिशा,
3 under root 5, sir.
3 अंडर रूट 5। तुम तो थोड़ा ज्यादा ही हो। यू भी, तुम तो फिजिक्स में चले गए। ओके, 3 नहीं है। और नेक्स्ट क्या है? 3 टू नेक्स्ट वन क्या है?
4.
4। सो 4 किसका रूट है? 4 किसका
16,
रूट है?
sir. 16.
सो रूट 16 का वैल्यू है 4। ओके, सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर। सो रूट 16 का वैल्यू है 4, रूट 9 का वैल्यू 3 है। ये किसका वैल्यू है? रूट 15 है, मीन्स 4 का पास है, इट्स नॉट 3 का पास है। सो ओके, वैल्यू किधर रहेगा? दैट कैन बी 3.9 और 3.8 लाइक दैट। ओके, एनीथिंग। So in examination, you know, no need to write the exact value. So whatever, that's how you have to think. So that is the intention is. Okay, you have to find it out. Okay, root 15, where it comes? 3. Okay, 3 means 3 into 3, 9. Okay, this is not 9. Next 3 to next one is 4. 4 into 4, 16. Okay, so this is falling nearby. That means that this can be 3.9. Exact value of this one is root 15. Exact value is 3.87. Okay, if you write 3.9, that is also correct. That's how you have to calculate. Okay, is it clear? Or if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Once again, I can explain you. Is it clear, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, Pooja?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Vidisha?
Yes,
Now
sir.
all of you calculate for Mn2 plus and let's see who will tell me the first answer. Mn2 plus. I want value of the mu. Mn2 plus. All of you on your cameras, and you have to show me how you have calculated for that one. Vidisha, camera on karo. Aishwarya, you also should on your camera. लिखो, calculate करो जल्दी जल्दी. So for example, I have taken manganese. What is the electronic configuration of manganese?
22, sir.
क्या है 22? क्या है 22? आप क्या रुलाएगा क्या? manganese 22 क्या है? कितने एटॉमिक नंबर manganese का? कितना है पूजा manganese का एटॉमिक नंबर?
Sir, 25.
25. ये सब याद रहे ना यार, आप लोग को बोल रहा हूँ मैं, then only you can do. So in the examination, they will give you Mn2 plus. If you don't know how to write the orbitals electronic configuration, how you can do? Okay. Now you tell me the electronic configuration of for this one nickel. Manganese 25 ka. Nickel.
Sir, 3D5 4s2.
Very good. 3D5 and 4s2. Now Mn2 plus का क्या है electronic configuration?
Mn2 plus का
हाँ. What is the electronic configuration for Mn2 plus? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स किधर से निकालना है मुझे? इधर से निकालना है या इधर से निकालना है, या ये किधर से, ये किधर से, किधर से निकालना है? बोलो जो whatever you know that only you tell me. निखिल कैन यू हियर
सर
मी?
4s2 में से निकालना है सर.
हाँ, देन क्या रहेगा फिर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन?
सर 3D5 रहेगा बस.
हाँ, 3D5 4s0. बोलो ना, जल्दी बोलो, whatever it is right or wrong, just don't waste the time. 1 2 3 4. okay, 4s0 means here कुछ भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स नहीं. 2 5 means 1 2 3 4 5. okay, these are the unpaired electrons. So if I take Fe2 plus, for example, if I take Fe2 plus, here how many number of unpaired electrons? Here 5 unpaired electrons. 1 2 3 4 5. It is not paired. So if I take Fe2 plus case, the electronic configuration will be 3d6 and 4s0. 3d6 means how many unpaired electrons are there, Nikhil? 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. okay, 3d6 means 2 3 4 5 6. How many unpaired electrons are there? What is the value of n for this one?
Sir, 4.
4. Very good. Now this is clear now. So what is the formula we have seen for the magnetic moment? What is that formula? Mu is equal to root n
into n plus 2.
N plus 2. Okay. Now root n into n plus means this I will remove. Okay. Here it is 5. The value of n is equal to 5. So I am calculating for Mn2 plus. Root n into n plus means 5 into 5 plus 2. Okay. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 plus means what? 5 into 7. Right? So
Yes,
5
sir.
into 7 means how much?
35.
35. So here what is the value of 35? कितना है वैल्यू 35 का? I have to teach you. अभी क्या सिखाना है मुझे? अभी पूजा क्या सिखाना है अभी मुझे? पूजा
Yes, sir.
अभी क्या सिखाने के लिए जा रहा हूं मैं? हाँ, मैथ सिखाने के लिए जा रहा हूँ. क्या सिखाने के लिए जा रहा हूँ? मैथ सिखाने के लिए जा रहा हूँ. अभी लिखेंगे 1 स्क्वायर 2 स्क्वायर 3 स्क्वायर 4 स्क्वायर 5 स्क्वायर 6 स्क्वायर. 1 स्क्वायर वैल्यू मीन्स कितने हुआ? अभी बता दो पूजा जल्दी जल्दी. 1.
1
1,
2 स्क्वायर का
4,
3 स्क्वायर.
9,
Sir, 5
Nine.
something होगा sir.
हाँ,
16.
वेरी गुड निखिल. 4 स्क्वायर मीन्स 16. 5 स्क्वायर मीन्स
25,
25.
25.
6 स्क्वायर मीन्स
36,
36.
36
7 स्क्वायर मीन्स 49.
49.
49.
आप लोग को कौन सा मिल रहा है? नियर 49 मिला मेजर लोग को, एक्सेप्ट रोहिणी एंड निखिल. So what here it is 35 only. 35 means simply you can take below just before the 6 square. Which one means 5.9 or 5.8, anything you write. So exact value for this one is 5.92. Is it clear, Vidisha? Why it is not 7? Vidisha,
Yes, sir.
is it clear? अभी सब लोग Fe2 plus का कैलकुलेट करके बता दो मुझे जल्दी जल्दी. Fe2 plus का कैलकुलेट करके बता दो. रोहिणी, how much?
So 4.8 or 4.9.
Very good. Exactly. So now we will see Fe2 plus means what? Fe2 plus means electronic configuration. Quickly you have to write 3d6 4s0. 3d6 means you have to write that orbital shapes. Then only you can write. By looking at 6, you don't write the unpaired electrons. So that is the reason of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So unpaired electrons are 4. So I am taking here 4 into 4 plus 2. 4 into 4 plus 2 means what? 4 into 6.
6.
4 into 6 means 24. Where it you will get? You will get between this nearby 25. That means that 4.9 or 4.8. The exact value of this one is 4.9 only. Hope it is clear now.